The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed are the speaker's own and do not represent the views, thoughts, and opinions of the Lazy Room podcast. The material and information presented here is for general information purposes only. The Lazy Room name in all forms and abbreviations are the property of its owner, and its use does not imply endorsement of or opposition to any specific organization, product, beliefs, culture, or service. Welcome to the Lazy Room podcast. Please be advised that this episode was published before the rebranding of our podcast, and was published under the name, The Big Table, which is now rebranded to The Lazy Room. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'll be like, boo, it's your boy EL'Dinasour, aka La Patron. I'm back in the business with my host, Lord Warrant. I'm sure we're gonna issue warrant to the lords. But yeah,
This is the Big Table with Lord Warrant. Welcome. This is the I Am program session where we get to meet active members of our society, active members who are working hard to succeed in their goals and visions, where a lot of them are dreaming big and bringing change for better opportunities and pave a way for the next generation. Hosted by Lord Warrant, and the future that is in our hands, it is the idea that we have in our minds.
Welcome everyone. This is your host and a presenter now, Lord Warrant. I've been waiting for too long for this moment, and here we are. I hope and believe that you have listened to our trailer and have been wondering, what do I have for you and for everyone actually. I am also wondering where I am. What do you have for me? Because I am also looking forward to be one day sitting with you, communicating with you, enlightening each other. So, as I've promised that in our first episode, we will be having our local activist, and as well as someone who will be actually be co-hosting with me in this journey. So I don't want to add into a lot of things. Let me just pass by here and welcome them in our podcast so that they can introduce themselves, as we will be embarking and also be giving an instance of how our podcast, will be running. This is how we are going to do our podcast. As I've been saying, that listening is a skill. Welcome to the I Am session. This session, it's where we talk about yourself, actually, what you do and how you manage everything, the experience, and as well as the knowledge that you have acquired through the journey. So without any wasting a lot of time, let us go to the business of the day. So, sir, can you please take this moment and introduce yourself, because I don't want to ruin the personality and the character that you are.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks. First of all, shout out to the listeners of the Big Table, and shout out to you for giving me this opportunity. So it's your boy EL'Dinasour La Patron, but basically my name is EL'Dinasour. I can say I'm in my late 20s. I'm an artist, an educator, an aspiring entrepreneur, and also lately I've been trying to venture into the acting or acting business, or exploring that side in terms of the media or entertainment industry. So there is nothing much that I can say about myself, because usually I prefer my work to speak for me. But I'm EL'Dinasour, aka EL'Dinasour La Patron, which means that I'm a boss.
Wow,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
impressed. I'm impressed. That was a very, very, very beautiful introduction, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. So it feels like art runs in your blood because wow, I'm impressed. Everything about you, it's more like in the art industry as you are embracing who you are and as well as enhancing your talent, sir. So I want us tonight, before we can embark in a lot of things, to tell me your experience in this journey. You are multitasking, you are engaged in various platforms where you are actually enhancing your capabilities and abilities. It feels like exikwembu a xi lomu veka na tlhelo xi ku n'we no mo hete ku phakele vanhu swi nga ta va swi sele hinkwaswo hi ta swi nyiketa
Well thought out, well thought out. Yeah. For me, art is life. I can put it like that, because there is a lot of things that are happening here on earth, especially in our country, South Africa. There are very disturbing issues that are happening around us, and people are not voicing those things out. So I'm trying to use my art to talk about those things, those challenges that we have. Currently, I'm writing an EP for myself. On that EP, basically, I'll be discussing the hot topics that people don't want to talk about. Let's say when I started with this thing, I felt like I was an outcast. Nobody took me serious. So I had a lot of time on my hand. So instead of worrying about what people are saying about me, how they are treating me, I decided to start writing songs. Wow. That's maybe 12 years ago. Unfortunately, I haven't blown up, But there is no rush. They do say that good things take time. So the experience that I've gathered throughout those years is that it's not easy to break into the music industry or the entertainment industry. But when you love something and you do it with passion, it's easy to do so, and you can continue working on your craft. The longer it takes for you to blow up, the more time you have to perfect your craft, so that when you deliver the content, now you'll be delivering something that is very special and tangible. So with that being said, Lord Warrant, I guess I have to emphasize on the experience. The experience in the business or in the entertainment. It's more like an agony. It's very hard, because when I started, I think I was like 18 years old, and then I did not have recording material. I did not have any equipment with me, so I had to go and record at friend's place. So between 2012 and 2013, I recorded more than 15 songs that never came out. So the experience is that if you want to make it in this music business or in this entertainment industry, you have to make sure that you gather your own equipment. Imagine producing a dope song. Yeah, I remember.
It's like the one you have recorded, but they went.
Yeah, the things didn't work out. You understand? So I would produce dope songs. Actually, I would rap on dope beats with dope producers. But when you come the following day, they'll tell you that the computer this, the system this, and then you end up losing a lot of content, and it may derail you in terms of making progress, because you did a project today. Tomorrow you're supposed to master the project is nowhere to be found. And you find that maybe it's not because the computer it's just that people don't want to see other people succeed in this industry. If you do something that is great, someone is going to come at you and say, hey, you stole it. It's either you stole their beat, or it's either you copied their lyrics, or you beefing them. And it's not like that. You understand? So as an entertainer, I have to get my own equipment and start doing things on my own, because we know that everybody is looking for a record label, and we know that record label are not looking for everybody. So basically,
Yes, that's a fact. That's a fact.
yeah. Facts. Record labels are not looking for everybody, but everybody is looking for a record label. So the competition is high. It's not that there is no talent in our areas. The problem is that these talented young people, they are waiting for record label to come and pick them up from the dusty streets. And if the record company does that for you, then they are probably going to rip you off, because They found you with nothing. You don't have experience. They'll start hiring producers, everything for you. So they're gonna take a large pay cut from the check or the bag that you've been making. So I would encourage artist, everyone who's an artist, to be independent and work from the ground.
From the foundation.
From the foundation. We can take note of the things that have been happening around us. Each and every year there are artists crying about what their record label are doing to them. So I don't think we should be looking into getting to a space where people are trying to get out of. People now, we have artists who are in record companies, but they are not producing any music. They are just waiting for the 5 years that they signed on the contract to lapse so that they can be free. So it's very important to be true to yourself and believe in your content. Like if I'm gonna rap about encouraging people, if I'm gonna rap about discouraging people, I have to be true to the content and not allow people to try to diverse or change the narrative of my music. Another thing that makes us or me not to blow is because I don't just rap about girls, drugs, money and stuff. I actually rap about things I feel.
And actually rapping about things that almost everyone have concluded to be boring.
Yeah.
And on the contrary side, the things that are building up, those things that are despite things that are building us and love everything that corrupts us.
Even when I'm writing my songs, they have to come from a certain place. Okay, I will have a certain experience or see someone going through a certain experience. Then I can sit down and write a song about it. I know that in this world, this is something that I've just gained. It's the knowledge that I've just gained lately after I lost my uncle. I realized that in this world there are no personal problems. There are no problems that are personally made for you. Like Lord Warren, there is no way that, let's say maybe now you can see, you understand, and then you wake up tomorrow you are blind. It's not a personal problem. You wouldn't be the first person on earth to see and get blind the other day. You understand?
Exactly.
So we have to somehow change the narrative. Why me? Why me? Why not you? You understand?
Who else would it be?
Who else would it be? My friend would usually say, I would compare, my nigga is a Swati guy. Eh, kushonile ubanibana cha. Bofuna kushone bani, kushone mntwana kabani so jabule, you understand? So like that's how life it is. So through this journey, I've learned that I have to be patient. I've learned that I have to humble myself because at some stage, I felt like I was the best doing this thing. But when I got into certain areas of venues, then I found people who were better than me and I felt intimidated. So I knew that, okay, I have to humble myself, try to learn from these people. When you humble yourself and respect other people, they're just going to shout out to you for nothing. Like, okay, this guy is not a bad dude. And if there are opportunities, they're going to come gunning for you because they know that you won't bite the hand that have fed you.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
in this case, it means you lower yourself in order to get high.
To get high, that's how life it is. And sometimes being humble, listening, you learn a lot. You understand? You learn a lot. If you are the one doing the talking almost all the time, you won't get new information.
Because you are always
you're
always speaking,
releasing information. When you are a releaser of information, whereas when you can take a seat and admit, okay, there is this young boy, shout out to him, J Max. No, we started rapping maybe the same time. You understand? But I had to acknowledge that this boy is dope.
Good.
By doing so, he gives me opportunities to learn because he knows that I'm not competing with him. But I just want to be better or improve myself to the level that he's at. You understand?
Exactly.
So you get more opportunities through humbling yourself. Through humbling yourself, you'll get invites. We won't gonna invite you to our gigs if you are arrogant.
So now I can see that where does this name that ends with patron comes from. I understand very well. It is very, very, very related to your experience and who you are. You have built this name under that experience.
Yes. Yes.
So before I could forget, you have touched something about the record labels and independency and dependency kind of a thing. And as I have looked, somewhere, somehow, it has caused by the ignorance within the industry. So what would you say about this ignorance that is found within? Because we do have people who would say, I don't want to sign a record label. And when you ask them why, they don't know. And you do have people that I want a record label. And when you ask them why, they also don't know. Basically, they opt for things that they are not.
They don't understand, So thanks for involving me in that aspect, because that's the most important part of art,
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Each and every art needs to make money.
Yes.
You understand? And then it depends on who made the art and who's distributing the art. So with record label, it's more like I can say a syndicate, if I can put it like that. A syndicate, it's like a cartel. You understand? A record label is like a cartel. When we are in a cartel, we have a boss. We all obey the boss. The boss makes rules. He decides how much we get paid. He decides how we're going to get paid and everything, how to distribute everything. And mind you, in a cartel, people have different roles. Just like in the record label, people have different roles. Even artists, they will sign you under a record label, but you'll have your role there. You're not going to be producing the same music with the other artists. You understand? So first thing first, the ignorance. I can say ignorance and excitement, As a black man, we get too excited. People don't read their contracts. That's the basic where everything is founded. People don't read contracts. They're going to say, okay, we want to sign you on a 5 albums deal. Then we're going to give you money up front. And mind you, they can see the potential. They have the guns who are specializing in marketing. You understand? So they know that if they're going to sign a 5 million deal, let's say it's a 5 million rand deal for 5 albums, if you are lucky. And that means if they're going to give you that kind of money, you must already have a fan base of about 100 to 200 and something thousand loyal supporters or fans that are behind your music. You understand?
The fan base.
Yeah, the fan base. You must have fan base. And then they can give you a contract of maybe 5 million for 5 albums for 5 years. It's cool. It's 5 million. Okay, we're going to give you 2.5 million now. And then we're going to give you 100,000 per month for the remaining years. It's exciting. You get excited. You've never had money before. Now you see this large amount of money that's going to come in. It's an opportunity. We jump to that. I'm not saying they shouldn't jump onto those kind of opportunities.
Yes.
But when you jump into these opportunities, make sure that you have someone who knows legal issues. Somebody who's going to tell you that this contract, they are going to tie you down. When they tie you down, you no longer have control to your content. What I mean is that you can write a dope song and like it, but when you take it to the person who approves the song and be like, nah, man, how about we switch here and do this
like
and do
this.
this and do this. By doing so, you lose your originality, your identity. And a man who doesn't know himself, a man without an identity, is just like a lost sheep. Anyone can take it to any different direction. Yes. And when you lose your identity, you're going to lose your self-esteem, the confidence that you have in yourself. You understand? They're going to give you the money. You're going to record the first album. What if on your first album, that album sells 10 million copies? For argument's sake, let's just say each album was sold at 1 rand. You signed a deal that you were given 5 million. Your album sold 10 million copies. Now it has made 10 million
rands.
Yes.
Because as much as it's, for instance, it's 1 rand per copy.
You understand? Now you've made 10 million.
But they have
with one album. They paid you 5 million. You still owe them 4. You signed a contract that you are going to give them 5 albums. Yeah. Remember, you now belong to the record label. People are going to book you. If you can sell 10 million copies, chances are each and every week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you have at least 4 gigs per day. Let's say for argument's sake, it's 4 gigs per day. Because you sold 10 million copies, that means even the ratings, when they book you, they charge a higher amount. You understand?
Yes.
You only have that 5 million. When your contract, the 5-year contract ends, you've made 200 million rands. And you only got maybe 20 million because they're going to give you bonus when you doing good and everything. Whereas if you can hang on to your craft, you understand, and be the one who is in charge of your own music, register, we have Samro, we have these establishments that deals with recording, with registering these copyrights. You understand? Register your music, distribute the music through all these platforms that you know, YouTube, Spotify.
That you can ever have access to.
You
Now we have
understand?
TikToks.
TikToks, and then Facebook. Submit your music to radio stations. The very best part of it is that even if you only sell 1,000 copies,
It is yours.
the 1,000 rand, it's yours. And when it comes to you, you now become the boss. You now become, or you have the position of that record label. You now become the cartel boss. You choose who gets how much, how to distribute the 1,000. You understand?
Yes.
If you are a fair person, because I expect people to be fair. I don't want to be tied to a contract that is going to exploit me. So I don't expect myself to tie someone down to a contract that is going to exploit that particular person. You understand? So if I can be in charge of the distribution, the production, and be the one who is in charge of distributing the profit, that basically means my team is going to win. When you work with a team that is, for instance, look at William Last, KRM. You understand?
We knew him as Mutsetsa Rap. We
Mutsetsa
always
Rap,
knew
yeah,
him as Mutsetsa Rap.
He's a funny guy. Shout out to him. He's a very, very funny guy. But also his raps, I like his raps too. Tinto, the content is taken.
I also loved him first by seeing the music video.
Tinto. You know, I connected with the culture. Like, you know, this is something that we grew up looking up to and living in the neighborhood. You understand? He's independent. Yes, there are people who are benefiting from him, but most of the funds that are coming in, they go directly to him, his manager, and his team. You understand?
He can also proudly say, "I've got my team." I saw his podcast with it was McG.
You understand? It's like my team. You see, and then these people are not going to be angry because it's being fair. And sponsors, they want healthy environment. Exactly. You understand? They don't want, hey, this one robbed me this one is robbing. Nah. When he says my team, Castle Light is going to give him a gig.
Exactly.
They pay him. You just advertise, right? Castle Light maybe twice a week. They give you thousands, if not millions. You understand? Kiwis is going to give him those gigs. So the only way you can reach that level, if you are under ambitious or whatever record level, let's say maybe Ngalos or whatever, if you are under them, having signed a certain contract that you don't understand, because most of the time we sign things that we don't understand.
Don't go through them.
Yeah, like this other contract I was supposed to sign not long ago. I won't disclose what kind of a contract it was, you understand? Yeah, but you get that you sign this contract. And then at the end of the day, you grow. You sign it not understanding things, knowing that you're going to make money. When you are inside the building or inside the production studios and everything, you meet other people. You understand?
Yes.
They are paying this one so much, and this one is not even selling as much numbers as you do. You understand? They are paying this one so much, and then you're getting sponsored. When you get sponsored, they are entitled. They can decide to give you 40%. Because they'll say, we own your image rights.
Yes.
We own your copyright.
We own everything
about you. So imagine now I'm under a contract. Nike wants to give me a 200 million deal for 5 years to advertise maybe their products. You understand? From that 200 million, someone can be like, okay, we're taking 50-50. 100 million, they take it. they give me 100 million. Why are they taking that 100 million? Because it doesn't belong to them. It's because you are tied to a contract. Yeah. So my advice to the youth, without saying a lot of things, information is information. We might end up getting sued for whatever reason it may be. So my advice would be, stop looking for record labels. Work hard. Make sure that you put effort in your craft. I believe that if you want something and believe in something, you're gonna get that thing. Ain't nobody who's getting things by luck. We can give you an example with football. Ne? If you check the highest earning players in football, or if you check the best players in the world in terms of football, they will tell you that this person started training at an academy at the age of 6. You understand? At an early age. So that means with time comes perfection. You can work on your craft for 20 to 15 years, but after that, you're going to make it. And when you now blow up, they won't come with the same deals that they would give you if they were to come for you when you were on the street. They will come with improved deals.
The approach is very different.
When you are approaching someone who's hungry, you just give them a fat cake, you understand?
Yes.
But if you approach someone who's not that hungry, you'll be like, man, can I take you out, maybe ribs nyana,
Something
steak
different.
nyana. Yeah, you're going to be like, hey, let's give him soft porridge so he can survive and not die. You understand? That's the difference. So if you work hard enough on your craft, at the end of the day, when you need those people, we do need sometimes Universal to come and distribute our music. They have experience and they can reach far.
Yeah.
You understand?
Can go even international.
But when they come to you as a poor person, they are going to exploit you. But when they come to you as an established person, they know that they cannot mess with you. You've been working hard to reach this level, and then you'll be safe. You'll even have terms that are set by you in your contract.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because if we were to discuss a contract, it's an agreement between two parties or more.
Yeah.
So basically, we cannot say we are having a contract when you don't know what you agreed to.
Yeah.
So it means we have to go through the contracts in order to be aware of what we are getting ourselves into.
Exactly.
So thank you very much, sir. I think you have covered almost every aspect that I wanted you to cover on this art or entertainment industry. The very interesting part here that I want you to recap or revisit is your establishment of your career in art. Like, I want the background, the motivation, you understand?
Yeah.
I want that motivation.
Yeah, man. Hey, it's been long. I've been doing it. It's just that there is a lot of things happening around us. It's not easy to wake up every day, go to studio while you are hungry. There are people who are expecting you to feed them. You understand?
Yeah.
So I basically started living alone when I was like in grade 9, around 2009. So I had a lot of time in my hand. I had my nigga Boss G and DJ TT. By then, I used to go by the stage name DJ RV, Yeah, that's where the music thing developed. I was like, okay, DJ RV. It was DJ RV, DJ TT, DJ Boss G. And then our producer was DJ Biscuit from Mkhapeng. He was a well known a little bit by then, and then we were also working with DJ Karel and DJ Malavisto. Back then they were popular, so we would do our usually they say it's bolo house. We'll do our bolo house, and then here and there. I stopped because niggas were sleeping on us. Biscuit once deleted our project, like an entire album, with like 4 or 5 prominent or potential hits, man, and people were jamming to the song. I remember there was this other one, Baba Woods, and then we had Apartheid. People were jamming to them on the streets, even when
Making covers.
yeah, everything was cool, and then I stopped doing music in 2010. Focused on my studies. I did my grade 10, 11. Then when I was in grade 12, I went back to like, okay, maybe this DJ thing is not mine. I started with the raps. By then, I used to call myself Wiz Mickey V, double MV. Even now, I still refer to that name sometimes in my bars. I'm like, okay, it's double MV. So was like double MV. And then the hip hop thing, I started taking it seriously in 2013. In 2013, I recorded my first ever track, hip hop. I went to university. When I came back in March, I was like, yeah, I've decided now I'm gonna be a hip hop head. So I called my nigga Daisy. I was with J Mac, LC, and Rolik D. These are my niggas. We used to have a crew called the Cash Breakers. Now the crew is not functional because people were far away from each other and
Because
stuff.
of various reasons.
Yeah, various reasons. So called them like, yo, niggas, I'm back. I had just received the tablet from the university. So I was excited. I could write lyrics while walking. First time owning such a device, understand?
Yes, I understand.
So called them. We hooked up. We went to studio. I remember we recorded the song with Karen. So the title of the song is Bad Man. Maybe I should upload it again so that people can get to hear the first time I went into the
man, you
studio.
should, maybe I'll also get it, and I'll also play it at the end of our session. Man.
Yeah. So we got into the studio. It was my first time going to rap. So Daisy came up with the hook. I'm a bad man. I'm a very bad man. Please don't never fuck with me cause I will hurt you bad. It's like nigga. So it was nice. We enjoyed the session. He hit the first verse. Then I came in. I was like, I'm a bad man. Niggas call me dinosaur. Then in the studio everybody was like, boom. You understand? What nigga? What did you just say? They had to stop me. That's where the name Dinosaur comes from. I actually didn't sit down and plan to call myself Dinosaur. You understand?
Yeah.
I was double MV with Miggy V in the studio with my niggas. I'm a bad man. Niggas call me Dinosaur. And then the studio erupted. We stopped the session. Like, nigga, what? I'm like,
Everything
yeah,
exploded.
Dinosaur. And then that's where the name originated. They started calling me Dinosaur. And then we went on to try to shoot a music video. Unfortunately, we couldn't because of various reasons, finances, and all those stuff. And by then, we're just doing it. I had not yet understand the whole music business.
What was happening,
What was
everything.
happening, everything.
Actually, you wanted to see yourself having music.
Music. I just wanna produce. I just wanna rap. I just wanna be in the studio, dropping bars and everything. And then 13, 14, 15, we released the mixtape under Cash Breakers. I think it had like 5, 6 songs. That's when we started splitting up. Then I became Dinosaur. You need to
Call that
always
name again in full.
EL'Dinasour La Patron.
Patron.
Yeah, so I became Dinosaur by then. You need inspiration, understand? So I started going, I was in university, had a couple of features. So the reason I started calling me La Patron, it was because I went to this event at MMS in Toyando. Those people who are familiar with Toyando, they will know the place because it's a very popular. I don't know if it's a bar or what.
A vibing place.
Yeah, it's a
hot
vibing
spot.
place. Hey, it's a hot spot, man. Them ladies are nice. People with money, Those people of high class, when they have money to waste, they go there. Yeah. So by then, there was this open mic session. They had an open mic session. Shout out to me because I'm a boss. I went to the open mic session. And then when I got there, they had categories. We had cypher, we had freestyling, and then we had performances. So I only had like 2 songs that actually belonged to me, or those that I was allowed to perform. I Love It More and Bad Man.
I love how you respect your work and other people's work.
Yeah, man, I can't be performing other people's work. Like being true to yourself. You have to accept yourself so that you can improve. I knew that I only have 2 songs that I can perform on my own. They are my songs. The other songs I'm featured on. You understand? Yeah. So in order for me to perform those songs, I will need to call the person who featured me, and they may sometimes charge me because I want to get paid. So I expect someone to also expect to get paid. Yes. So went to MMS. I performed the 2 tracks. The reception was not that nice because
They were not familiar.
they were not familiar with the music, but the beats were very dope beats, very dope beats. I think another thing, my niggas, let's be careful with the beat selection, the beat selection must be dope and unique. So perform the songs, and then came cypher time. By that time, there is this guy, Prefix. We had Prefix in the building. We had Rasta. I think even Metro CMG was there. And then Mizo was not part of the competition because this was a competition where they are going to select people who are going to represent Vembe. I think it was in Pumalang, I understand.
Okay.
So I went there. I tried to freestyle. I always had bars in my mind. Like legalize the herb, let it cure my nation. God made the herb. He wanted me to burn it. There are a lot of ways to burn it. There is like in my pocket. The Vegas at a shop. The herb is in the bag. Man, I'm high on my mind. I'm cool with my life. So I was busy with that freestyle, you understand? And then they picked up, you understand? When they picked up, like the vibe was nice. Unfortunately, after the freestyle comes the cypher, With cypher, anything can happen. Anything can happen. When I was freestyling, these big guns who were in the building, they saw me as a threat.
Okay.
So they decided to gun for me when we were on the cypher, you understand? Yeah. So everybody was like having something to negative to say about me. And mind you, by then, I didn't have nothing. It's not like I'm saying now I have something, but now it's better.
Different.
Yeah, it's different.
At least
you understand?
now you have knowledge in
Yeah,
something.
So by then, even the way I was looking, if you look at me, you'll just see that this boy is a poor person and all those stuff. You understand?
Now, long as you say Matwanda.
Matwandla, you understand? So they could pick that up, and then they destroyed my confidence before I could even get into the cypher. You understand? These niggas, they gunned for me. This other one talked about how tall I am and how dirty I look with my dreadlocks. He didn't.
dreadlocks?
Yeah, I had dreadlocks back in the day. Not big dreadlocks, but I had those dreadlocks.
Okay, I understand those ones.
So he made references to my character. He did not attack my ability in terms of rapping. He attacked me physically.
It was too personal.
It was too personal. You understand? Came time for me to grab the mic. I wanted to rap and fight back. But I was so angry, man. I was so angry. I couldn't. I just ended up saying, fuck. And then I was like, fuck you, nigga. Fuck you, nigga. I dropped the mic. I left the stage. You understand?
There were F's everywhere.
It's an event, but like people are there. Yeah. Now the crowd is surprised. Hey, what's up? Then I stepped off the stage. I went down, chilled. But I couldn't enjoy myself that day. Then they said they are gonna announce the result the following day. I went home, went to my room actually. When I arrived in my room, I just couldn't take it, man. I cried and then
break down.
Yeah. I'm not saying men should cry, but sometimes
we should cry.
Yeah. I
Just
cried.
to ease ourselves.
Yeah, the most important thing is that I was alone, It's the first time telling someone that I cried. It's because of honesty. I ain't gonna lie to you or anybody else. So I cried.
I also cried not once,
Yeah,
a lot of
man.
times, but when I'm alone actually, and making sure that no one will come.
Sees me. Yeah, it's like masturbating. Everybody masturbate. You just have to make sure you don't get caught.
The planning is very, yeah.
So when I got to my room, everything happened, and then I watched this other film. There was this guy. Nobody believed in him.
Yes.
I forgot the name of the character, but it was a Mexican film. I think it's Mexican or Colombian film. Nobody believed in this guy. Wherever he went, they turned him down, and then few years after doing whatever I was doing, being consistent, he became everybody's boss. And then they called him Patron. Like everybody went to him, hey Patron, now they come to him for donations and all those stuff. Yeah. So I decided that no, I'm not gonna sit down. Tomorrow I'm going to listen to the announcement of the results, whether I win or not. You understand? When I pitched, they were surprised. The niggas were surprised. Like, hey, when after the drama
Everything.
that
They were very
you
sure
came
that
back. You understand? You came back and I was there. That's when I said, okay, that means I'm a boss, I'm a patron, I can do it too. You understand?
Yes.
From there, it became EL'Dinasour La Patron. Yeah.
Very beautiful name, and one of the rarest thing, because this is very well articulated. This is an articulated name, not just a name that came out.
No, it did not just came up, man. You understand? The dinosaur part, it came with my friends in the studio. Yeah. And then the patron, it came with the feeling that I had and the point that I had to prove. I had to prove that I'm a boss. And if you want to pick on me, I don't fight physically, but you can pick on me. You can ask Jeezy. If you pick on me, I'm going to fight back because that's what I do.
So, are we expecting another name when you make it in the art industry? Let's say tomorrow you wake up with 3 billion, maybe because of this art or this. Are we gonna get another
Maybe I can just add 3B. You understand? EL'Dinasour La Patron 3B. But now, but now I'm comfortable with the name. It's like it identifies with me. A dinosaur, it's a rare species. It's actually a fossil. He even said it in his track. Hey, dinosaur, you a fossil and what? I acknowledge that. You understand? I'm a fossil. Ain't nobody who's like me. It's like I don't exist, but I'm here. You understand? So it makes me unique and it makes me a boss. So I'm the fossil that is a boss because nobody can replace dinosaurs. Even today, we're still talking about dinosaurs.
and
They
yet we
died
haven't seen them.
billions of years ago, you understand? So I believe that it will be the same with me. Even after I'm gone, I would have left a legacy. People are still going to talk about the good work that I do inside the industry and outside the industry, you understand? So it fits me well. I can use it anywhere, whether I'm meeting people, new people somewhere or somewhere. I use it because I believe that that's who I am. I am this individual who's different and who has confidence and belief in himself that he's the best. Yeah, I'm not the best, but I'm the best of the best of the bestest. You understand? Yeah. So I've been pushing since then. Took a break a couple of times, but from 2012 up until today, now as we speak, I've worked on several songs. I have Balala. They're actually two speaking different things like enemies. We have Bakanya Balala, and then we have why our enemies are after us. And then we also have this thing, and that one is very, very inspiring because it's a new song. I did it with J Mac. Yeah, the songs, I was still saying that we have a few songs. I have few songs. The one that is popping is Bakanya Balala, and then we have Why Balala, and then Wamiloro K. I did it with General C. It's actually like I don't do this thing alone. I make sure that I always have people around me, especially people with common goals. You understand? For my music, maybe you can follow me. We'll give you the details later on as we proceed. But I'm still pushing, and I am still energetic. Believe that I can still make it. You understand? Even yesterday, I wrote a song. Even the day before yesterday, I wrote another song. It's like any chance I get, I'm writing a song. Depending on how I feel. So yeah, it's like that. With my background information is like that. Started rapping back in 2012 up until now, but I started doing music or got into the booth doing some music in 2009. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. It takes us back to where I said you'd find that you make music, the following day the producer tells you stories. That's why you need to have your own equipment. Yeah, you need to have your own equipment because now if you don't have your own equipment, you're gonna have to rely on another nigga. And that another nigga is not your father, is not your mother, is not your brother. Even if it's your brother, I've seen brothers kill each other for money, you understand? So if this person is doing music and you coming with dope content, only few are going to help you push the content. But what I know is that they are going to be feeling like maybe you think you know things Maybe because you try to rap in English, you think you're better than them, and then they're not gonna master your thing. I went to his studio. Like I can say, I booked his studio, even though I didn't pay him by cash, but he told me to come with certain things. I went to him, and then we sat down. We recorded a song, very dope song, man, with a very dope message. The title of the song is Swilo Swamsab, and then he's a rapper, I'm a rapper, but that day was producing for me. So we first did his song. He was working on an EP. You understand? Just to break down so that you can see how important it is for us as artists to do things on our own. So I went to his studio. He was working on an EP. I forgot the title of the EP. And then he told me that he had 5 songs that he hadn't finished. He wanted me to jump onto the beats. Then I jumped on 2 of them. This other one, I poured out my life story, like my challenges as a kid, from the deep trenches of my heart, because I couldn't write something new right there. It's just, okay, this song is like this and this. I'm like, okay, I'm going to dig deep down from my emotion. Took the emotions, brought them on a song. He never released that song. It's not a problem. Maybe my verse was not dope enough for him. It's understandable. People have standards.
It's his project.
Yeah, it's his project. So then he had promised me a beat. He gave me this beat. Then I came with the concept of the song, Swilo Swamsab, Sutakubavista, Unganzihleki. So it's a very powerful song with a very powerful message. I worked on it. I dropped the dope verse. I dropped the hook. I dropped another dope verse. Then he said I should leave the project with him so he can work on it. I left it with him for more than a month. Then I needed to go and perform. I'm like, hey, yo, nigga, how far are you with mastering my project? Then it's like, okay, I'll need money in order for me to create space or time to master this project. I'm like, okay, bruh.
The whole time he didn't master it.
The whole time he didn't master it. And now I'm like 5 days away from my performance. I need to prepare my set, And I feel like this song
would have made fire, actually.
You understand? Yeah. So I'm like, okay, work on it. How much do you want? He couldn't give me the exact price. You understand? It's like, okay, how much do you have? I'm like, okay, I can pay maybe $200-300 because this song might not make money, might make money. But if I pay this $200-300, you master it. I'm gonna give you your props. You understand? I'm going to indicate that we recorded in your studio. Mm-hmm. It was mastered by you. You produced it. You understand? All the credits that you deserve, you're going to get. Yeah, guess what? At the end of the day, he sent me an unmastered song, Couldn't perform the song. Send me the song. And I'll play it for you when we're done. Or maybe you can also play it for the listeners. It's a dope song. Unfortunately, it is not mastered, you understand? So if I had my own equipment, I would have done things on my own. And the only thing that made me say whatever I said is because I felt like the nigga couldn't compete because we started with freestyling in his studio. I beat him. Everybody who was in the studio could tell that this nigga is firing emojis. He's got bars, man. And then when they start screaming to the bars that I'm dropping, now he's feeling intimidated and stuff. So this boy, I should do him this nice stuff and then he can blow up way better or whatever it may be. Not realizing that if we had actually formulated a working relationship, maybe we would be far now. You understand? Yeah. So it's like that. We're still pushing. We humbly request your support because without this the supporters, man, there is nowhere we go.
We are getting nowhere indeed. And thank you for being with us here. I believe that everyone who will want to follow you will stay tuned, as in our next episode we'll be having a new guest with me and you as the presenters and hosts of the show. So until we meet again, make sure to reach our Facebook group
which is the big table, which is active now, and soon we will establish our Facebook page and as well as other media platforms. This is your host, actually the host that loves you, Lord Warrant. Until we meet again.